Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Lawn Nut Gift Guide. So here's some things that are mostly just really practical. Pretty much almost everything here is something that I use and I have found useful. You can get all of these on Amazon, which means you can get them super quickly. And I will have links directly to these items, and in some cases, multiple items for a couple options. But yeah, let's get into it, and hopefully we can find something that will save you your shopping this year. All right. So the first thing that we're going to go over is the Purdue Turf Grass Weed Control. This is basically, it's kind of the Bible book of weed controls. This is a very technical, it's almost like a technical manual. It's put out by Purdue University. You can get a paper copy, or you can get for $20, or you can get the PDF for $12, which is non-printable. But if you want something that's just online, a little cheaper, you don't have to keep somewhere, and you can also search for terms, which is really nice. But basically, what they do is they summarize the weed situation and the herbicide situation for North America. Specifically for turf grass. So they have all kinds of evaluations of all the different herbicides and what they will cover, what they don't cover well, what they will harm, what they won't harm, what you would combine them with. And then they have profiles on the different weeds, and they have images in there as well so that you can identify like what weeds you have. Maybe you have hairy bittercress, maybe you have goosegrass or dandelions or crabgrass or something like that. So it has profiles of these weeds and, when they pop up, when they germinate, and what's effective against them, if there is anything effective against them, or what your control options for. So this is an absolutely great resource for a lawn nut. It's probably not something that the casual lawn person will use too much, because there's pretty good casual information just by searching on Google and looking at a label in a hardware store, like, oh, this covers that. But if you want to go deeper and you're really, you really want to find out, okay, I can use this one, which will also cover this at the same time, and then I don't need to use so much of this or something like that. This is an absolutely great resource, and it's not that cheap. I mean, it's not that expensive either. $20, or like I said, to $12 for the PDF. So, highly recommend that one if you truly have a lawn nut. And you can tell if you have a lawn nut if when they open this and they say, "Wow, you know me so well," or if they're like, "You think I'd use this?" That's how you know. All right, next we're going to go to something that I use on my ride-on mower. This is the foldable grabbers, a grabber tool. We usually associate this with like, oh, you can't bend over and reach your shoes or something. Yes, I have one of those from IKEA too. But this is so nice. If you have a lawn and you use a ride-on mower and you have kids or a dog, this is so nice because you're riding along, and I keep this right next to my seat, and then there's a tennis ball or a frisbee, like right where you need to mow, or you're going to be mowing where that is when you come back. You just go right up next to it, use your little pinchers, grab whatever you need to, throw it somewhere you've already mowed. It's so nice it sounds crazy, but it's so nice not to have to get up off of your ride-on mower and, yeah, it just saves so much time. So highly recommend these. The one that I have linked is only about $13 right now. It's 15% off. A lot of this stuff is on sale, actually, so it's cheaper. This is a different one than I have. This one is 43 inches. The one that I have, I think, is 30 inches. So this one is a bit longer. It does fold up for easy storage. And it also has magnetized tips, which is really nice if you're picking up something metallic. Anyway, there's different versions of these online. This one stuck out to me because it was nice and long. Mine's a little bit too short. I kind of have to bend over for some things. 43 inches is a good length. I haven't tested this to know how sturdy it is and how well it can grip things. I would imagine it's fine. It's not like you're picking up bowling balls. It's something you might need when you get older. So, you can take care of that right now and use it for your lawns right now. So that's the pinch grabber. Might be a little too big for a stocking stuffer, but good standalone item. All right, next is sun protection via a straw hat. This is a stylish surfer style or lifeguard style wide brim hat. It's a little bit loose fitting on the top, but it ventilates very well. Not going to be waterproof, but waterproof ones are not going to ventilate well when you're out in the sun anyway. So it provides really good head protection. Comes down to your ears, and it's also got an adjustable strap so that it doesn't come off in the wind or if you're going really fast on your ride-on mower. Highly recommend one of these. There's different versions. The ones that I have linked is a Quicksilver one. It's called a Quicksilver Men's Pierside Lifeguard Beach Sun Straw Hat. And these are becoming more popular, and there are, is it Hurley? I don't know if it's Quicksilver or another brand has some more feminized versions if you need one of those. So straw hat, great for sun protection. On the subject of protection, also ear protection, if you are using leaf blowers, especially backpack leaf blowers or ride-on mowers, you should have ear protection. And to do this, I recommend getting some over-ear shooting ear protection. The ones that I have linked here, I got mine as a gift, so I actually don't even know what brand they are, but the ones I have linked right here are over 50% off. They're $17, and they look pretty good. 34 decibel shooting ear protection. So I'm sure that you don't need something that takes you all the way down to zero noise. You just need something that takes the edge off the loud noise that you have. That's something important to remember. You can use earplug. I don't like using earplugs outside. I'd rather have these. Also, if you want something, if you want to, take it up that next boomer notch, you can get some with Bluetooth so that you can listen to whatever you're listening to, podcasts or music. If you're getting this for somebody who likes to listen to things while working outside. I don't. I actually like just focusing on the outside, but the ones that I have are by Pro here that I have linked. Again, I have not tested these. These have 25 decibels safety noise reduction, so it's not quite as severe, but again, you don't need like complete silence. This is not, this is not gunshot level stuff. So you just need something to reduce the noise. And these ones do have Bluetooth, so you can listen to other stuff. These are $35, and they are 37% off right now from original price of $57. So pretty good deals right now. Again, I'll have all these links in the lower. Next is something for ride-on mowers, a magnetic hitch pin. This is surprisingly useful if you are shopping for somebody that has a ride-on mower and they tow things with it, whether it's a dump cart or an aerator or what else? I mean, a rotary fertilizer thing or a roller, anything like that. If they tow anything, and which means that you have to use the hitch pins and then stick the little thingy in there. They're kind of a pain. So I found these. You don't want your pin to come out, otherwise you could just use a stick or something like that. But so these ones have a super convenient like handle, and then they've got a magnet bar, and then the pin itself. And so you just stick it down, and then the magnet holds it there, and you're not driving on the freeway. Your trailer's not going to come off working in the yard. These are super convenient. I've got one linked here that is a 3/8 of an inch, which is a pretty thin. So you're probably going to want to measure the hole out there. This is a really thin one, 3/8 inch, and that's half off. It's now $8.50 on Amazon. And then the one that I have is this other one that's a little bit thicker. I believe it's a 1/2 inch, or rated as a 1/2 inch. 0.48 inch. And it's also a little bit shorter, which you really don't need a whole lot of length because the magnet does a pretty good job of putting that in there. And especially if you have a low hitch thing, you don't want one that's too long and then it's, bottoming out on the bottom or something like that. So this is surprisingly useful and convenient. So highly recommend one of those. Probably you only need one even if you have multiple trailers or something, because I just keep mine on the riding mower. I don't keep them on the trailer. So whatever I'm hitching up. The one thing is, if you do happen to have barrel train cars where you hitch multiple ones up together, then you could get a bunch. Then you could get a bunch of these when you're hooking these together. Again, I would recommend getting short ones for that. All right, next we have, this is the biggest item recommendation. This is a mower lift. So it's pretty difficult to work on ride-on mowers, whether it's changing the blades or even scraping out the lawn or the grass or something in there. So a mower hitch, I don't have one of these yet, but I've got one linked right here called Mojack. It'll lift up to 500 pounds lifting capacity. It has a locking bar, and it's 20% off right now at $271 approximately. It also folds up for easy storing. So yeah, this is really nice. And what these do, these basically just lift up the front end of the mower so you could access the blades. Again, I don't have one right now, so I'm on the ground, scraping like that. But if your person you're shopping for, does a lot of maintenance and sharpens their own blades, or, changes out their mulching blades or something, this is a very useful product. All right, speaking of cleaning, for a long time, I didn't know what to use to clean that and scrape off that lawn clippings debris that sticks underneath your mower deck. And then I find out about something called spurtles. Spurtles are wood cooking utensils that is like a long spoon that's curved with an edge, and it's perfect because they're wood and they don't scratch, but it's the perfect shape for scraping, especially in that curved area of the deck in the corner where it really gets to you. These are cheap right now. They're 23% off. They're $10 for a set of 3. You're not going to need 3. You can keep one for the kitchen maybe. Again, these are kitchen items, but they work great for scraping off. Lots of things work great for scraping off, but this doesn't mar your paint and induce ruts. If you live out in the Southwest or something like that, rust is probably not a big deal, but out here where it's humid, in Michigan in the summer, rust can be a big deal. So I use these, and they're really great stocking stuffer for somebody that has, even if it's not a ride-on mower, even if it's a regular mower, this is really great. So again, I've got a link for those. Next is clamp lights. Took me a while to find one of these. My ride-on mower has 2 lights at the bottom, and they're okay, but they're not great. And then I've got the steering column, which comes up like this, and it's a plastic casing, and then you've got the steering wheel like this. And there was like nothing, I couldn't find a light that would what kind of light grips to an angled round post and will be adjustable. It took me a long time. So I have 2 rechargeable clamp lights here. The one that I have is this Easy Max LED one, and I like it because basically it can rotate this way and it can bend this way in many directions. And it's also very bright. So I actually clamp it to the side of my steering column, and then I can pull the light back and then adjust it. So it's a little bit on the side, but it just makes it's so great having a brighter light. The column is about 3 or 4 inches, probably 3 inches, 3.5 inches in diameter. And the clamp it's slippery plastic, and the clamp keeps it on there and it doesn't slide down or anything like that. But I have knocked it while I'm driving, and then I actually ran over it and broke it. So I had to replace one already. So that is a little bit of a downside. I wish the clamp was actually quite a bit stronger, but it's completely functional the way it is. And then I've also got this other one, which I have not tested, but this is more of a conventional hand clamp style, with a very adjustable light on top. This one's by Power Firefly. This one's $20. Looks like there's a 10% coupon right now. It's a little less than $10 to $20. Again, I have not tested this one. It looks really convenient, and the reason I didn't get this one is I wasn't sure it would fit over my clamp post. Maybe this one would actually be better. I don't know. Maybe I should try it. It'd probably be a good video. But anyway, so convenient for working. And if you get multiple of these, I would recommend actually getting one of each of these because just clamping these like on the back of a seat, if you're working with a trailer in the dark or something, loading things, it's just nice to have. Or you can put one on the side so that when you're mowing, you can see more to the side of things. Just super convenient all around. And they're not too expensive. Next is a small item, but very useful. So we all went through a lot of masks a couple of years ago, but they have always been useful for working in the yard, especially if you are blowing leaves or mulching leaves or working whatever. I have some degree of allergies, and it's so helpful just even having a basic paper mask on my face when I'm working when it's really dusty, working with dry, dusty leaves. Makes a big difference. If you're super sensitive, I recommend getting a true N95 mask, and it'll make a huge difference in what's getting into your airways. But for a lot of just normal folks who have mild allergies, just having a basic, medical paper mask is fine. And these are so cheap. Here, this is a 50 mask pack it's 36% off for a little over $6. So, and you don't have to throw them away after you use them. I use mine multiple times, basically until I feel like too dirty, then I throw it away. So that's also super cheap. Not the most romantic item, but it works. Yeah, all right, next, we got 2 items. These are the last 2. So these are on the safety side of things, and I've got 2 different eye protective strategies here. So the first one is the DeWalt Concealer Anti-Fog Safety Goggle. These are not safety glasses, these are goggles. I have a pair of these. They're really great. The anti-fog is actually pretty effective. They do not fog up. They have not fogged up too much for me. I wish the strap, it's elastic. I wish it was a little bit less stretchy or stronger or something. But it works just fine. And so I use these in conditions where I'm using very small particles and I don't want clouds of things to come up into my eyes. Now, these are vented, so it's not going to prevent everything. But if I'm working with very dusty soluble fertilizer, which I have one that just is like powdered sugar, it's just like, and again, that's when I'm mixing stuff for my sprayer. So if I'm using the sprayer for antifungals or even, chemicals, even if I'm spraying nitrogen on the lawn or something like that, it's really nice to have full protection. I often combine this with a mask too, just to keep some particles out of my airways. And it's just nice to have, know that nothing's going to fly around glasses and get into your eyes, because that's kind of a big deal. And these are almost 50% off, so they're only $10, $10.50 right now on Amazon. So I do recommend these. And then a step down from that is I also have the DeWalt Dominator safety glasses. I like these because they are effective safety glasses, and you can get them in various shades. I have the clear ones because I'm often working in the dark. It would be nice to have the shaded ones, though, tinted ones. But they're an effective safety glass, I assume. So against, things flying into your eye or something like that. But I find these ones quite comfortable to wear. They fit me pretty well. They stay on. They've got rubberized backings. They don't dig into my head anywhere. And they also don't go around like this. They just kind of go backwards, but they do stay on pretty well, I find. And I generally wear these when I'm using the edger or the weed eater, weed whacker or whatever. And, I don't want particles to fly up in my eye or whatever I'm doing. Or sharpening, if you're using the angle grinder to sharpen a blade or something like that. You should protect your eyes. So these are 15% off. These are just over $6. Great deal, actually, in that. So That is it. That is the lawn guide. I don't know, what is that, like 12 items or something like that? Hopefully you find that helpful. Hopefully you can find something for that lawn nut in your life. So, in future gift lists, I'll probably repeating some of these along with other stuff that I find useful. But yeah, I hope your holiday season goes well. Today is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, you've still got a month. You still got a month. There are some great deals on these right now on Amazon. I will have links in the description. I do need to say that these are what do they call it? Associate links. I have an Amazon associate account, so I think I get some sort of commission or something from them. That I don't think the price doesn't change for you. I don't think. But anyway, so I'll have all those links in the description, and hopefully something is useful for you. All right.